An appeals court has ruled that President Trump can keep control of California National Guard troops. They were deployed to Los Angeles in response to recent immigration protests, despite objections from local and state leaders, including the governor there. The ruling came just hours after the LA Dodgers reported ICE agents showed up outside their stadium, prompting backlash from locals. NBC News correspondent Camila Bernal joins me now from Los Angeles. So, Camila, let's start with the appeals court decision here. President Trump calling it a big win. So what does this ruling mean? Are the National Guard troops still there in LA? And what are the elected officials in California saying about this?
Hey, Vicki, yes, they are. And because the rule from the court was, or the ruling from the court was that the president can't keep control of the Guard, they will continue to be here until the president decides when it's time for them to go home, essentially. And the president coming out and saying that any time that he wants to do this, if the state and local officials don't get the job done, that those were his words, then he is going to bring in the Guard. You had immediate reaction from a lot of local leaders and obviously from Governor Gavin Newsom, who's been very vocal about this, saying that the fight is not over. He put out a statement on Twitter saying essentially that they will continue to fight the challenges of the Trump administration and saying that the president is not a king. That's what the governor has been saying over the last 2 weeks or so. You see it right there. The president is not a king and is not above the law. And so you have that similar reaction from a lot of the local leaders here who don't believe the National Guard is needed in Los Angeles. But again, because of this ruling, the Guard will be allowed to be here in LA.
Camila, tell us about what happened outside of Dodger Stadium and why ICE agents were there before last night's game.
Hey, Vicki, so here's the thing. It was not ICE agents. It was Border Patrol agents. And this is a very common mistake among really everyone. But the thing is, these are still federal agents. These are still agents that detain people. And eventually it's the same outcome, which is deportation. So what we learned was that ICE agents, or Border Patrol agents, excuse me, you see the mistake, how easy it is to make. These Border Patrol agents had a number of operations here in the Los Angeles area, and they went to at least 2 different Home Depots yesterday, one in Hollywood, the other one in San Fernando. And the agents, after all of these operations, went to Dodger Stadium to process some of these migrants, according to sources familiar with all of this. They were denied that access to Dodger Stadium, and then they processed those migrants sort of outside of the stadium. That's when a lot of these advocates got word of what was going on. They showed up. It was a small protest. And a lot of these advocates saying that people are worried, people are scared, and that because of these raids, they are going to continue to protest. They don't want to see people get detained just because they're at a place of work, Vicki.
All right, Camila Bernal live in Los Angeles. Camila, thank you.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.